We're going to be opening up viewer mail. Things what you guys have sent me through the post. The first thing on deck comes to us from Abobo. That's his name, and that's his name in the Discord. So that's the name that I always credit him as. So it's this right here, which was sent media mail, which means that it was probably in the mail for like 2.5 months before it actually got here. I actually did not open this, even though Abobo's never sent me anything before. Even though, you know, this is a mystery, I don't know who it's from, and so forth and so on. I know it's a book, and I know this because I can feel the bottom. I know there's two covers here, and when it was handed to me by the lady at the post office, here, I don't know if you hear. It makes noise. It makes gross noises, so it's probably like a Nickelodeon book or something. But basically, I figured it's clearly a book, it makes noise, ergo, through my deductive logic, which I've sharpened at brilliant.org, you can get your own trial at brilliant.org/Gatorbox doesn't have a promo code. I figured it's probably a children's book, so it's not going to be Mein Kampf, or it's not going to be some weird shit, because I mean, okay, honestly, it would be kind of fucked up and funny to add, like, fart sound effects to Mein Kampf, but I know nobody's done that, so I know that's not what's in here. So I'm taking a chance. This was not pre-screened ahead of time. I don't know what's in this one, so we're just gonna, it's gonna be, it's just gonna be a surprise. There we go. Look at how fucking sharp that knife is, man. That's a lot of damage. That 1,000 degree knife fat on YouTube ain't got shit on a fresh, brand new X-Acto blade. This can cut. If you got to be careful when you use an X-Acto blade, because if you go too fast, you'll actually rip a hole in the universe. That's the reason why Berenstein and Berenstain are spelled differently depending on who you ask. Because a long time ago, some fucking idiot was a little too trigger happy with an X-Acto blade, and now we got that. So. I kind of saw, this is the spine of the book right here, and if I go like this, you can kind of see what it says. So, thank you, Abobo, for the fart book. I think we probably should have opened this with the last week when we read the Chocolate Wagon story. I am afraid to see what's on the cover of this book, but I know it's not going to be explicit. Marley, whoa. Hey, Marley, thank you for the 1,000 bits. Also, I'm just getting a heads up real quick. I'm going to read your donation message first in a second, but more importantly, Marley's activated a football giveaway for 8 other people in chat. All you got to do is cheer any amount, and you'll get some free football emotes, courtesy of Twitch. World Cup is on, baby. It's coming home. It's coming home. Electric Sheep City, thank you for the $13 for Friday the 13th. That donation's a little too scary for me. I might have to refund that one. I can't. That's a little too. I got some premonitions on that one. Here's the book, Jurassic Farts, A Spotter's Guide. Here's the packing. The packing thing. The condition is used acceptable. That's got some difficult implications. When they handed it to me at the post office, it didn't make a fart noise. It made something that sounded like water bubbles. So I thought it was like a book about fish. Anyways, this book is written by P.U. Ripley, illustrated by Evan Palmer, who didn't have the wit, didn't have the shit wit of whoever actually wrote this book to come up with the nickname of his own. What do you call a guy? Hey, here's a joke for you guys. What do you call a person who draws dinosaur farts for a living? A registered user of furaffinity.net. Oh, that's good. Let's look at the back. In prehistoric times, majestic dinosaurs walked the earth. I think majestic is a little bit, you're giving them a little too much credit. They were kind of dopey and clumsy as fuck. But their race long extinct, one important question remains. Did dinosaurs fart? Did dinosaurs fart? You bet. From booming Mamenchisaurus to stinky Stegosaurus to the terrible tooting T-Rex, fuck me. This playful book not only includes stats on the funniest dinosaur farts, but also the sound effects that go with them. Just push the button on the battery-powered fart machine. Not just this ain't just this ain't your grandma's fart machine that was all natural. This is a battery-powered fart machine. And let her rip. Let's take a look. Let's look at this. We're gonna take a look through this dinosaur fart book. I'm gonna read you guys a bedtime story, and you guys are just gonna tune out because people don't come to my channel to look at DeviantArt pictures that have been printed and sold in a book form. But as magnificent and frightening as all that is, we've only heard part of the dinosaur story. Can you guys guess what part we haven't heard yet? Guess what? The answer rhymes with part. It's fart. At last, the whole picture is clear. Thanks to tireless okay, hang on. This is the buzz right here. Paleofartologists. We now know that the ancient Earth was alive with the sounds and smells. Oh goodness, the smells of dinosaur farts. Every single dinosaur, we're gonna have a drawing of this caliber farting. Anyways, we got Orthoceras, the master farter, the master farter. That's the one. Let's see how to say it. Okay, yeah. Well, I know how to pronounce dinosaur names. Pretty good about that. I was reading this paragraph to see if there's anything that plays it straight and actually gives you information about this dinosaur. But no, it just says it has a tapered shell, cool tentacles, and a fart-powered propulsion system. I don't know if that's correct, but it says right here some scientists might argue that there is zero evidence for that last claim. So it's just stupid. It's a joke because haha, it's a fart. Anyways, let's hear. I got to put this up to the microphone. Let's hear what Orthoceras sounds like when it farts. This is probably, since this is underwater, this is probably the one that went off when the post office lady handed it to me that sounded like water. Yeah. I got a farting alligator. Let's take a peek back into the Jurassic. See what this one sounds like. That's just an amalgamation of stock sound effects. Some of them I recognized from like Looney Tunes. This is where global warming started, folks. I mean, just read it in a week. People talk about livestock farts, you know, all that methane fucking up the ozone layer. This is where it all started. Don't blame the cows. Don't blame the cattle, all right? Happy cows come from... Let the happy cows in California be happy. Let them fart and be happy. It ain't their fault. It's been happening for millions of years. I shouldn't be using an X-Acto blade to point at things. That's not good. It's gonna break shit. Okay, so the joke here is that it has a long neck so that its head is far enough away from its ass so that it doesn't die from smelling its own farts. That's literally the joke that's in this paragraph right here. I mean, this is basically like a really bad version of 3D Dinosaur Adventure. Imagine if when we played 3D Dinosaur Adventure, these were the facts that it did. Like, whenever it would say, like, click on the Ankylosaurus, and then when you click on it, instead of playing a generic stock dinosaur sound, it just plays how long is that? They're really missing the opportunity to kind of maximize the amount of toilet humor with this, because yeah, so far the punchline for the past 9 pages has been literally, but they couldn't have said, wow, another fascinating fact about Ankylosaurus is that at the end of its tail looks like a nutsack. I guess you can't do that. You make all the fart jokes you want around kids, but you can't say things look like balls. Mass extinction. There is no 10th dinosaur. It's just that the dinosaurs literally farted themselves to death. The mighty dinosaurs fell victim to the greatest force of all, farting. Lots and lots of farting. So I guess that joke I made about livestock ruining the ozone layer was kind of spot on. Again, I didn't read this ahead of time to write those jokes. That's just how good I am. That's how serendipitous I am as a fucking comedian, is that I can preempt the jokes inside of a book about dinosaur farts. That's how good. That's the level that I'm on. Where are you guys at? Let's hear the fart that ended the dinosaurs. Anyways, that was Jurassic Farts. Bobo, thank you for the fetish book. You know, this is basically just like the quick start guide. You know how like whenever you buy a new computer or like a new appliance, it's got a little book in there that kind of tells you, you know, hey, if you've never seen one of these fucking things before, here's how it works. This is the same thing. So, you know, I feel like I gotta make some changes to my F-list profile now. Maybe I ought to go register on DeviantArt because it's 50% inflation fat vor art and 50% farts is what it seems like. That's the impression that I've got. So yeah, this is a good little briefer in there. I mean, the only thing that could have made this book better is if it was scratch and sniff. So I'm gonna have to dock some points. When you invest the money to put a thing that farts on your book, why not? You done? Why not just complete the joke and put little like be like, oh, what is this? Woo, that smells bad, and then there you go. See, you just round it out. So that's from Abobo. Thank you, Abobo. I will cherish that always, and I will read that as a bedtime story to the children that I will never have, because two dudes can't get each other pregnant, but they can on DeviantArt. All right. So next thing, you have to declare customs on things that are sent internationally, of course. So this just says description of contents. The description says game collection cards. I guess I can try to focus. It's the print is very bad. I guess it does kind of show up. I figured the print was too bad that it wouldn't even appear. But when I looked at that, I was like, you know, did someone buy like those fake Pokemon trading cards or fake, I don't know, Yu-Gi-Oh or some dumb goofy shit? There's not cards in this at all. They just arbitrarily put that as the customs declaration because I guess saying what was actually inside the thing was a little bit too fucked up. It turns out that it's a collectible coin, and I looked at this and I was like, oh, is that the Kennedy $50? But then I realized it's gold, and that's not John F. Kennedy on the... I can't open this fucking... I'm just gonna rip the bag. That's not Kennedy on the coin either. Take a closer look. Wow, that is really shiny. That's fucking Donald Trump. It's not real American currency, but this is... Or maybe this is, and we are having that weird Mandela effect universe bleed over from the place where it's called Berenstain Bears and not Berenstain or whatever. You flip it over on the back... No, that's not like a proper coin. It's... There you go. You flip it over on the back, it says 45th President of the United States, Donald Trump. And it's got the eagle with E pluribus unum on it. But if you notice, like, the 45 is a different font than President of the United States, which is either a different font or they've adjusted the kerning or the dimensions of the letters, because Donald Trump down here is in a completely different font. So there's 3 different fonts on the back of this coin, and it's pissing me off and it's irking me. And then, of course, on the front you have Donnie himself. It's also in a case. It's in a fucking... I can't... It's like pressed shut. I don't get why this was sent to me, but I'm not surprised somebody manufactures this. I feel like if I broke this out of its little case, I could probably convince the people around the town that I live in, around the city I live in, I could probably convince them that this is legal tender. A, because they're dumb people who probably voted for Donald Trump in the first place, and B, they'd believe it. Just like this is like the 9/11 pop-up coin, but worse. I feel like the person who sent me this saw the Donald Trump knife video, and they were like, that was funny, because a knife with Donald Trump on it before he was president. That's the thing, is you got to realize the Donald Trump knife was something that was made before the Republican primaries were even over with yet, and he was the Republican candidate. Somebody was making merchandise to celebrate his run for the presidency before it was even a sure thing that he was running. There was a lot of layers to that. This was made already after he's president. And the only market for this are people who support Donald Trump. And that demographic of people does not include me. So I feel like there was some misguided attempt at humor here, where people were, the person who ordered this was like, the knife was funny, the coin ought to be funny. Not quite. Don't send me Donald Trump collectible coins. And don't send me a Donald Trump t-shirt. Don't send me any more Donald Trump knives. Don't send me a Donald Trump coin. Don't do it. I don't know if there was an aspect of trying to get a rise out of me by sending me Donald Trump stuff. I almost just didn't put this on tape, but I kind of did, both to show it off because it is stupid as shit, but also so I could tell people not to do this. Like I try to keep GatorBox as apolitical as possible, so this kind of fucks up that illusion. Okay, so Donald Trump coin, that's great. This next thing was given to me by Bro. I gotta drink this real quick. Oh, so I noticed the chat went fucking dead quiet when I brought out the Trump coin, so that worries me. I hope you guys are still with me and I didn't just show it off because worried me. He included replacement batteries for it, which is nice. Thank you. Because it doesn't work anymore. It's one of those things you can try in the package. It just, the batteries are dead. And he wanted to make it known that he spent more on the replacement batteries than he did on the actual item. The thing that he gave me, it upsets me to look at it. Like it makes me okay, here's the thing. The Donald Trump coin upsets me to look at. Well, it doesn't make me as angry to look at as this thing does. And the reason for that is because Donald Trump looks like a doofus anyways, and I've seen him non-stop for the past 3 fucking years. This thing is something that I haven't seen in a decade and I forgot about. So it's kind of new to me. My brain has forgotten it. And looking at packaging makes me mad. And you'll see why, because he sent me a fucking Fred talking keychain. Formerly the number one ranked channel on YouTube in terms of sheer subscribers, the first channel to reach 1 million subscribers. Fucking Fred. It says down here, batteries included. That is true. Batteries were included. I don't like his face. I do not like him. Looking at this, I'm not even looking at my screen right now, and you can tell I'm not lying to you because you can see me on the loot cam up there. Looking at this fucking face makes me angrier inside than looking at the Donald Trump coin. One of the selling points is that it really works. No fucking shit, it's a talking keychain. You bet your fucking ass it better goddamn well work. You don't need to tell me it really works. This is fucking stupid. I guess the demographic it's aimed at needs to be told that something that's electronic with buttons really works because they watch fucking Fred. Fandramon, does he still look like that today? He can still make that face, but he doesn't because the actor that plays Fred, Lucas Krishnok? Lucas something, Lucas L. He's trying to do this thing now because they made like a couple Fred movies and they were really bad. So I call him Fred. Lucas has done this thing nowadays where he tries to like distance himself from the Fred persona and tries to pretend that he's like better than that now. I'm like, motherfucker, fuck off, okay? You are and always will. You were and always will be Fred. That's the only thing people are going to remember you for. When's the last time you saw Lucas do anything of fucking merit? Never. He's going to be remembered as Fred. This is the grave he dug for himself. You don't get the pussyfoot out of it, buddy. You don't get to do that. Oh my god, I just peed inside the pool. She's so mean yet so attractive. I need my medication. Copied 4 times. Whatever. Hey, it's Fred, and people in this world are not meant to be judged. Also, the contents of this are so offensive, my camera just refuses to focus. This was manufactured in 2009 by a company called Basic Fun. So this is literally 10 years old. I tried to Google this and like no results come up. So Time legitimately forgot about this fucking thing. And if you don't mind real quick, before I open this and it doesn't look like this anymore, I'm going to take a picture so I can use it to make a YouTube thumbnail, because I need to do that. So, we've come full circle with this guy who became popular because of YouTube being opened up in videos on YouTube. by other people who use the platform. So I'm just gonna try to open the Fred. Here we go. Little toilet paper instructions. Oh no, this is the FCC statement. Rather than the FCC doing their fucking job and saying this is too obscene for American audiences, this is just the generic boilerplate that says this device may not cause any interference, but in the event of interference being present, this device has to take it like a bitch. It's got a stupid goofy ass little sticker. Hey, it's Fred! Hey, it's Fred! And none of the buttons work, of course, and if you flip it over on the back, there's a little thing for that. So, I need to just open the Fred. Oh, wow. Though it might not actually work. This button right here has started to corrode. That's not good. I need to put these in something. I'll put them in the bag with the Donald Trump coin. Why does it need 3? I don't know why it needs 3 batteries, but when they sell replacement batteries, they sell them in packs of 3. So I'm guessing like they're even laid out the same. So I'm thinking like devices that use these batteries just take 3 batteries. I don't know. I will say, while I'm getting these open and getting the batteries out, I tried to watch one Fred video just to familiarize myself with the subject matter, because even 10 years ago, I was well outside the target demographic for Fred. So I never watched Fred. So I tried to watch a Fred video, and I could not make it through. The video that I was watching is the one with the swimming pool, where apparently the phrase, oh my god, I peed inside the pool, was important enough for it to be included on this thing. I couldn't make it through that video. I don't want to do this, but here's... Wait. What? It still doesn't work? Fred, wake up. Wake up. Fred. Fred. Drop dead Fred. Ha ha. These jokes are writing themselves, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't put them in backwards. I was a little bit worried because there were some like I said, some of the batteries had started to corrode in here. So I was a little bit concerned that maybe they would not, the contacts might be fucked up. Yeah, it works now, unfortunately. Let's hear all all 6 of his action phrases. This is the worst fucking thing. I hate this. I cannot convey to you how angry this, I can't even form a coherent sentence anymore.
He's so mean, yet so attractive.
That's like clearly referenced, like that's not like an applicable quote that you can just say just to, just to whip it out. That's clearly referring to something specific. Why would you put that on a talking keychain? Anyways, here's... People in this world are not meant to be judged. I'm judging you this whole time, Fred. Fuck you.
Silly guy, I just peed inside the pool. Whatever.
I take back what I said. The Donald Trump coin is the second worst thing that somebody has ever sent me. Dr. Surgeon Guy, this noise is upsetting the cat so bad. I'm gonna stop. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna stop pushing buttons on this because I feel bad for your cats. I'm not gonna do that. Nope. Marley, fuck you. You broke my headphones. I didn't break it. Fred broke it. Lucas Christian, is he on Twitter? Chris. Chris. How do you spell his fucking name? I'm looking him up on Twitter. It doesn't like, I'm trying, okay, Krishnak, Krishnack. It's not even like, Google has apparently just forgotten about this fucking dude. It doesn't even say, did you mean Luke? Because I probably spelled it. It doesn't even know. I'm not even close. Like, Google, the company that owns the website that made this motherfucker popular, doesn't know to suggest the guy who played Fred when you type in the name Lucas and then a last name that looks like garbage that starts with the letter fucking C. It doesn't be like, oh, that sounds familiar. Of course he has a Twitter account and he's verified. So, he's been active recently on Twitter, so I'm gonna do something real quick. I host a Twitch stream called Gatorbox, and I'm opening up things that people sent me. And somebody sent me this keychain, and I just want to demonstrate it for you so that you can have a Vietnam flashback. I just want you to know that this is the worst thing that anyone has ever sent to me, and I am deeply sorry that it is you who made this possible. Have a good night. Bye. I'm going to go on Twitter, and I'm going to send this to him. So, that was a nightmare. So that's the wrap on GatorUNbox. What was the other? Let's put all the stuff back in the frame, except for the Donald Trump coin. I don't want to show that off anymore. If y'all want to send crap to this post office box, it's Gatorbox, Post Office Box 2429, Fulton, Texas 78358. Please no Donald Trump coins. Please no Fred merchandise. And I guess books about dinosaurs farting is somehow this is the winner of today's viewer mail, is a book that's literally about dinosaurs ripping ass. The only thing that I regret about that video that I just sent to Lucas is that it's very hot in here because I have all the lights are on and they're to like illuminate this area, and I fucking sweat all the time, so I look like a sweaty fucking weirdo.